Hello everyone, welcome to Mrs. Bushra class. Today we'll be talking about operating with rational numbers. Part 2. Last time we'll be talking about how to subtract and add rational numbers to each other. Now today we will be talking about the rest of two operations, multiplication and division. Now the rule says, if we start with multiplication, so the rule says if you have two rational numbers, a over b, multiplied by c over d, as you see here. So the multiplication is simple. You're going to multiply denominators, all right, with each other. So a times c, and nominators with each other, all right? A times c, and denominators with each other, b times d. All right, let's give an example here. Now, for instance, if you have 1 over 2 multiplied by 3 over 5. The answer is, if we apply the rule, we are going to multiply 1 by 3 and 2 by 5. So we multiply the nominators by each other, the denominators with each other. We are not going to cross, we are not going to flip or do any other operation. So it's simple and easy. 1 times 3 is equal to 3, and 2 times 5 is equal to 10. So the answer would be 3 over 10. So let's give another example. Example 2. Now, for instance, if you have negative 9 over 11 multiplied by 2 over 7. What would you get is you multiply the first denominator with the second denominator, which is negative 9 times 2, divided to 11 times 7. So what do we get as a result? Negative 9 times 2 is negative 18, because we said that whenever we multiply two numbers from a different sign, the result will be negative. So negative 9 and plus 2 are different sign. They have different sign. So the result definitely will be negative. Now 11 times 7 is equal to 77. So the answer would be negative 18 over 77. Now let's give another example. If you have, for instance, negative 5 over 4 multiplied by 3 over 8. So what would you have? Or let's make it negative here, negative 3 over 8. So what would you have as an answer? You need to multiply negative 5 nominator with nominator and denominator with denominator. So let's do this. Negative 5 multiplied by negative 3 over 4 multiplied by 8. So whenever you multiply two numbers from the same sign, the result will be always positive. So negative 5 times negative 3 is going to be equal to plus 15. Then 4 times 8 is going to be equal to 32. So the answer would be 15 over 32. So this was about the multiplication. So whenever you multiply a rational number by another rational number, so you multiply the first nominator with the second nominator over the first denominator times the second denominator. So let's talk now about the division. Now in the division, you have a rule saying that a over b divided by c over d is equal to a times d. So a times d over b times c. So actually what you have to do here, is before multiplication, you have to flip the second rational number. Let's give an example. Now imagine that you have, again, 1 over 2 divided by 3 over 5. So what you're going to do is, you're going to take the first rational number, write it back here, and right here, multiply by, you take the second rational number and you flip it. So if you have 3 over 5, you would have 5 over 3. So what would you have here? 1 times 5 is like 1 over 2 multiplied by 5 over 3. So you multiply 1 by 5, you divide it 2 multiplied by 3. So let's calculate this. 1 times 5 is equal to 5, and 2 times 3 is equal to 6. Now let's give another example. If you have, for instance, example 2. So if you have, for instance, 11 over 9 divided 2, 1 over 7. So what you do is, you take the first, yeah, I'm changing the color. So you take the first rational number, you write it here, 11 over 9. You take the second rational number, you flip it like this. You flip between the numerator and denominator, you exchange places. So 1 over 7 becomes 7. So times 7 over 1, or 7. So whenever you multiply, you will multiply 11 by 7, and you multiply 9 by 1. So you get 11 times 7 is 77, and 9 times 1 is equal to 9. Now let's give another example. If you have, for instance, negative 3 over 8 divided 2, let's say 2 over 13. So what would you do is, you take the first rational number the way it is, write it back here, negative 3 over 8. Then you inverse the second rational number, you flip between 2 and 13, the numerator and denominator. So you exchange their places, right? So it becomes 2 over 13. Then you multiply by the first rational number. So you write here 13 over 2. So what do you get is, you multiply negative 3 by 13 divided 2, 8 times 2. So what do you get is, you multiply 13 by negative 3, you get negative 39 over 8 times 2 is equal to 16. Now why it is negative 39? Actually, because here, when we multiply two numbers from a different sign, we definitely get a negative number all the time. So if you multiply a negative number by a positive number, you will get a negative number all the time. So let's give another example. Let's have here 5 over 7 divided by negative, let's say 9. Here, 9. Let's say negative 9 over 8. So what do you get here? You take the first rational number, you write it the way it is, 5 over 7 multiplied by the reverse number of the second rational number, which is negative 8 over 9. So this is a multiplication. Be careful. Be aware of dot means multiplication. So it's equal to 5 times negative 8. 5 times negative 8. Divided to 7 times 9. So what do you get as an answer? 5 multiplied by negative 8 is equal to negative 40. And 7 times 9 is equal to 63. That was everything for today. See you next time.